episode 5.1. I love it. 5. Get it? No, not funny? Okay, we had a huge weekend. Let's get right into it. But first, let's talk a little bit about these sweet shirts that were given to us by Olin. Oh, well, they were given to some of us by Olentangy Liberty. We appreciate the shirts, guys. Anytime you guys want to give us shirts, anybody out there want to give us your team shirts, 2 larges, we're ready to go. We
large?
Yes, large, Sean. Check that.
That sounds extra large.
No!
Whatever,
and it's draping off of me. I'm trying to build into it. I've been doing some push-ups and sit-ups and whatnot. But we had big tournaments over the Christmas holiday break there. We had also we had a tournament this past weekend. We had all kinds of tournaments. So let's get into them. We had the GMVWA. We had the Brecksville. We had the West Jeff. We have Medina. Yes. But first, let's talk about the Marion Harding Winter Classic. This thing's been going on for like 613 years. It's really been going strong. Maybe not that long, but it has been going on for a while. Northmore walks away your champs. We said it early. They're D3. They were our #1 ranked team. Guys, these guys are phenomenal. They had 2 champs up there. They had Farley at roughly 38, and they also had Becker at 120. So stud there.
They have had a good season so far. They're stringing some wins together. The kids are wrestling tough. I'm excited to see this team when we get into state duels, like how far they can go. I think they got second last year, losing to Hartley in the district finals.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see them this year.
I'll tell you what, any team that can fill 14 weight classes.
Yeah, that's big and in division.
Huge. Yep. And Buckeye Valley ends up getting third. I'm sorry, they get third. They were ranked in the top 5 in Division 2 in the early. You go on there. So,
yeah, there's some other notable teams there. Thomas Worthington in D1 got 6. Dublin Jerome. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Scioto, I thought. Was it Scioto? I'm thinking it was Scioto.
Is that Scioto?
I think it was.
Well, that coach switch.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, so yeah, Dublin Scioto gets 8. So it was good. It was good.
But I will point out that Dublin Jerome did have a champ. One of our top-ranked 106-pounders walks through the tournament, gets 4 pins, even pins in the finals. I mean, he had a first-round bye and then 4 pins.
Yeah.
Seth Transu actually works the field. Division 2 guy from DeSales wins 113 in Carfagna. So there's a tough 113-pounder. We mentioned Becker at 120. What about Ethan Ice at 120?
Yeah, another solid D3 kid, Madison Plains.
No, it's Marion Pleasant.
Marion Pleasant.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, most certainly. He's a stud. 152, Rooney wins a championship for St. Charles. Centerburg walks away with a champ.
Okay.
Yeah,
go
most
Centerburg.
certainly. Yes. Way to go. What about 195? You would mention him early on.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody was mentioning him until all of a sudden.
We see him at the Olentangy tournament. He wins the tournament over Sean Norris, who's ranked 14th in state. He comes back now and wins the Marion Harding at 195. AJ Jones. This kid's really a solid kid. He went 2-2 last year at the district. I think he's going to be someone that's kind of laying in the weeds. People are looking at the big names, maybe not, the smaller names here. And I think this guy's really going to have a great shot to get out this year, 195.
I'm trying to think when I see Thomas Worthington again next. I'm really going to, I look forward to seeing him, but I don't know where they're going to be. 220. 220, let's round this out. 220 for Marion Harding. Lumpkins gets 5 pins.
Yeah, this kid has really gotten a lot better from last year to now. This kid has made huge strides. We talked at the beginning of the season about Huddle's great touch with these upper weights that Maury had last year. He's just a good, I'm not that he's not a good coach. He just seems to have something with these upper weight guys that just gets him to the next level. So let's see if he continues to stay on that
trajectory. You like that word, trajectory?
I don't think that was word that's going to come out, but we'll go with that word.
No problem. Let's go to West Jeff.
Okay.
Let's head to West Jeff. Hilliard Davidson finishes 3rd. Logan Elm gets 5th.
Yeah, another guy we talked about there wins the tournament, Gio DeSabato. We talked about him when we seen him at Olentangy Liberty with Chase from Lancaster. Another kid that I think is just going to be a different wrestler come late in the season. He just seems a little bit small for the weight right now to me, but I think this kid's going to grow into be a great 106-pounder, and I can't see him anything less than a go-to match kind of guy right now. So
that's a heavy burden.
That
for
is
the
a heavy
freshman,
burden,
man.
but I think he can do it.
So do I. Westerville Central has 2 champions. They had 2 champions. They had Bogatech at 120, and they also had Lipscomb up at heavyweight. So there's Westerville Central has 2. West Jeff, the host school, walks away with 2 champs, and Doherty at 160.
That's good, man. I always like to see the home school get some
most certainly. And Burns at 195 walks away as a champ. Logan Elm also had a champ at 220 in Mitchell. So that's good. I
was going to use a little joke there, like I think Burns lit the field on fire, but it's out there, I guess. No.
Save the puns for me, Sean.
All right.
Hey, trust me on this, man. Bad jokes are my specialty.
Okay.
Let's go to GMVWA.
Okay.
A huge tournament out there at the Wright State, and I'm telling you, it is a huge tournament.
That is, I think I counted 50 2 schools. When I was counting how many schools are there, that's great.
That's really a lot of schools. I can't think of another.
They hold at the Nutter Center, which is another great venue for those big tournaments like that. Just a great all-around tournament.
Who do we have there? We had
Henry Bradley was there, Delaware Hayes was there, Pickerington Central, Dublin Kaufman, Watkins, and in the D3 we had Hartley there as well. So a great representation of teams from the Central District.
Any teams of note placed, I don't know, top 15 or top 12?
Here, Bradley got 6, Delaware Hayes got 11th. I'm not sure about the other schools where they finished. I think a couple of them finished in the top 20. But when for some reason the tournament breaks into Division I schools and Division II schools for some reason.
Division 2 and 3.
They're the only tournament that does that, so it gets kind of confusing trying to figure out where everyone finished. But good showing. We did have a couple finalists. Chris Hill gets 2nd, which is like winning it when you lose the Ironman champ in the finals. That was a great showing by him. And then Driscoll at 170 wins the whole tournament.
Certainly.
So, but on a side note there, we did get a possible preview of the district finals at 138, where Demas upends Brusco 5-3 at 138.
Yeah.
The consolation semis there. So, like I said, maybe a preview of what we might get come late February.
Definitely. And speaking of big tournaments, I don't think it's quite as big. Maybe by 5 teams, though. I mean, once you get to 45 and 50 teams, that's a lot of teams.
Right.
Let's talk about Brecksville.
Okay.
You and I headed up there. We went up there the second day, able to get up there for the second day, the semifinals and the finals, able to watch some wrestling. We were able to see guys like Furnace at 132 take on highly ranked state caliber kid and Corey Shy from LaSalle. He's able to defeat him in the semis, gets upended in the finals by a very tough kid from Michigan.
Yeah, Olson from Davison, Michigan is a 3-time champ up there, multiple Fargo AA, got a full ride to Oklahoma State, so it was a great match. Again, Mark said he lose 3-1. He got taken down in the last 15-20 seconds, but I do think Olson was pushing the pace a little bit more and may have been the better kid. So, but again, it was a great finish for really a solid weight class. Most certainly.
And another place winner for Liberty would have been Bracken Mead at 106.
Yeah, it's another tough weight class. Again, all state caliber kids there. He got a solid 4th. He got tripped up maybe 2-1, 3-1 to favorite at D3 Matten from a Delta, and then he lost again to a placer from
Elyria, was it?
Elyria, yeah.
I think it was Elyria. Staten placed 6th from Mount Vernon. We also had
Latham got 5th.
From most certainly. But we did walk away with the champ there.
Okay.
We did walk away with the champ. Romani at 152 walks
from where?
away. Now he's pumping that chest out. From Marysville, does a great job in the finals. Stays wiry, stays great, stays strong, and honestly, he had a great tournament. I thought his semifinals match was great too. He was able to get 3 back points on.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a crazy match.
It was a crazy match, and I still think I think Romani walks away the winner there. I think it's a great match.
I thought he was the winner, but it's just the scoring was kind of haywire there for all you people.
Unfortunate,
that was like probably one of the craziest ref matches I think I've ever seen. I don't say ever, but it's probably in the last 5 or 6 years. It was a crazy ref match. They gave him points to the wrong kid, gave reversal for a guy who was already on top. It was just like really bananas there, and both kids thought they won at the end of the match. And both coaches thought they won. So it's just kind of unfortunate for everyone involved in that. Match, but I think the better kid, like Mark said, didn't win. So
excellent. So there's your Brecksville breakdown. We also had, we also went to the Medina. You were there both days. I was only able to get up there for the finals and actually for the semis a little bit too. I actually walked in when Weimer at 132 was wrestling.
Okay.
Anywho, I got there and Medina was a great tournament. I thought we had a great showing as a Central District at Medina. Sean, you were there both days. Break it down to the people.
Yeah, again, I think we had 3 teams finish around the top 10. Central Crossing was the highest finishing team. They got 7th. Lancaster there got 8th. But we got our 3rd possible preview of the district finals this year. We had Hines and Hall battle at the semifinals there with Hines coming out on top there. But again, there's really people I was impressed with. Maddox goes to the finals. He wrestles 2 brilliant periods against state champ Bowman from Wadsworth, but then comes up a little bit short in the 3rd period. Teacher is a champ there. Kind of just really keep going, keep the steam going. Miller from Lancaster gets 2nd. Nick Nostein gets 2nd. I was impressed with Cody Nostein. He got 3rd. And then Hines at 182 got 2nd to an absolute beast from Norway down in Division 3. But again, a great all-around tournament. Western North had a good showing. I just think as a district we had a great showing. How many places did we count up? Not really, but man, it had to be over 20, I think.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
So, good showing for the Central District Tournament.
At the greatest show in wrestling. We were as Matt side, good stuff. Thanks, Coach Gilmore, for hooking us up with those chairs, too. This week, now those are your Christmas break tournaments. coming around till this Saturday, January 3rd, after the new year, you go to the 3rd. Kevin Cleveland Memorial up at Dublin Scioto. Coach Huddle is there now. He's running it. Coach McKenzie is actually running the actual tournament. Coach Huddle is running the team. And it was a great tournament. I think we were out of there by, final started at like 4, so that was good. And all total, a good day of wrestling. Pick Central walks away with, I think, if I counted this right, 6 finalists. They walk away with the tournament by like maybe 50 points or so.
Yeah.
They really did a great job. Their kids are very strong, they're very athletic, and they're very driven. They're very attack oriented. So when you have that combination, you're probably going to get some kids that are doing well. So, and you mentioned maybe 2 weeks ago that they were the surprise team of the OCC Ohio when it comes down to Thursday Night Thunder.
Right, dual meet, yeah, most certainly like in the dual meet format.
So again, they walk away with 6 finalists, and you were there as well. We were taping matches. Any other matches jump out to you as far as this is the district? This could be, like you mentioned earlier, district finals.
Yeah, another one we had is James Ford at 220 against Raz Lumpkins from Dublin Scioto. Again, a match that we have currently ranked 1 and 2. So we got 3 of them on 1 week, was great. Ford did come out on top 6-3 maybe.
Yeah, 6-2, 6-3.
Yeah, 6-2, 6-3, a great match. And again, Raz Lumpkins coming off of 5 wins and the tournament title at Marion Harding follows that up a week later with a great match against the top-rated kid in the district. So
certainly, and not only did he walk away with the title, he also walked away with the most outstanding wrestler of the tournament.
James Ford.
Yeah, for James Ford. Sorry, yes. James Ford not only walked away with the title, but he also walked away with the most outstanding wrestler, which brings us to our most outstanding wrestler. Now, we just gave you an entire list.
For the wrestler,
Did I put a vote in for the wrestler of the most outstanding wrestler?
Kevin Cleveland.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right.
They give me that opportunity.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Why did you give him the microphone? That was a good one.
Thank you.
That's a long story, though. So it's all great.
Ask us when you see us. Ask us when you see us. Wrestler of the week for our guys. There were a number of James Ford, great example of a guy that, I mean, just on our board, when we throw out names for Wrestler of the Week, I think he was one. I think Transy with 4 pins up at Marion Harding, great example of it.
Teacher could have been one.
Teacher.
Winning the Medina coming.
Think about the Brecksville winner in Romani. I mean, there's another great example.
There's a lot of guys we could have given it to.
A lot of guys we could have given it to. I think this week, for my money, I think none other than St. Charles, Tim Rooney, 152 pounds, or was he at 45 that
52,
week? Oh, okay,
52.
Says he wants to go down. But anywho, beats Ben Hoof in the finals of Marion Harding, works it. Rooney, you are our Wrestler of the Week. That's yours, bud. All yours. Coming up this week, Sean. Huge week. We're getting into OCC play.
Yes, we are getting OCC. But Thunder, Thursday Night Thunder. I think we've all seen the team strength and tournament styles. Now we're going to get into dual meets and kind of see where that changes the top 10 rankings because of we all know there's different strengths and tournaments and dual meet teams.
Do we all know that?
But anyways, I think the focus this week in Thursday Night Thunder has clearly got to be Old Tangy Liberty as we're hosting Dublin Kaufman and Central Crossings coming in with Westland. So Central Crossing is going to wrestle Dublin Kaufman and then turn around and wrestle Olive. And we have both those teams ranked in the top 10 there. And they could go 2-2, 1-1, and 0-2, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's just going to be that close. I think 5 points is going to separate wins and losses for all those. But Olive doesn't wrestle them. They wrestle Central Crossing and Westland, so we won't have that matchup there with Dublin Kaufman. On a side note, though, we've never seen Central Crossing in a dual meet format, so we don't know what's going to happen with Maddox. Is he going to stay down at 13? If he bumps up, is that going to move everybody up? And if it does move everybody up, we get a possible Weimar Demas, Weimar Furnace there, depending on what happens. Does Furnace stay down at 32 for the dual meet? So does he get against Weimar? So there's a possibility of not only great dual meet matches, but great individual matches, inside matches. So which we love to see. The game within a game there. So like I said, I think the focus this week is clearly on the OCC at Liberty this week. So
well, I can certainly say I'm glad I'm watching the show. I'm glad you're putting me inside the circle.
Okay.
There's only 2 matches going on this week for Grove Fort Madison.
Okay.
In my mind, yes. So anywho, we got that broken down. We are now going to break down the team rankings for Division 1.
Change this up a little bit for you this episode. We're going to put them all out there, and because of the just uncertainty of the last 2 weeks and now we're getting a dual meet, we're going to do it differently. We're just going to put the teams out here. We're going to talk about it as we go down here. Central Crossing is going to stay at the top because they're great. Medina's showing, but again, they're going to wrestle OLIV and Dub McCoffin this Thursday, so that could change things up a little bit here. Westbrook North has a 2x4. I don't think they're going to have any trouble there, and they're coming off that straight Medina finish.
Yes.
OLIV, they assure me this is it. They're going to have all their injuries back. Everybody's on weight. This is, I think, Kondersky is going to make his season debut on Thursday as well.
Nice.
So OLIV is ready to go here. Marysville, Mount Vernon, I think they're coming off of tough spots. Marysville had 7 kids go 1 and 2 up at Brecksville. Mount Vernon only had 1 placer, and I thought when I looked at the schedule, both of them going from the SWOCA up to Brecksville, which is about as far as you go from each other in the state, sandwiched in between Christmas.
Yeah.
But just kind of a bad short week turnaround for them, and I think it showed in the results. But you know, they probably could be moved down, but I don't think anyone deserves to come up here, so we're going to leave them right now. Lancaster, you know, a solid showing in Medina, didn't overpower anybody, but didn't, you know, have any chinks in the armor there, so they're a solid team. Olentangy, they did at Medina what we said they're going to do from 70 to heavyweight. They all placed. It appears Crum is going to be out for a little bit, but their backup came in and got 5th, a solid 5th, loses to district champ Archer in overtime.
Yes.
In the consolation semi. So this kid, I don't think Olentangy is going to lose anything on a sectional or district, you know, level playing field, but I think they'll lose it to state tournament wise because I don't know if this kid can compete there, but I think he can definitely be a player at the district tournament heavyweight.
Beast mode.
Picture North catches a break here. They're going to have their 2 transfers in a couple weeks. They get a soft opening OCC to help them still get some wins in, but
no, none taken.
Yeah,
at all.
They'll be a different team in 10 weeks, and as we talked, you know, in 10 days, all these transfers and recruit, whatever, are going to be back in. So we'll have CC will get Ray. They'll get their 26 and 32. So
most certainly.
Dub McCoffin, again, a team that people kind of jumped on me early, saying why I have them in there is going to get to prove everyone or show everyone if I'm right or wrong. It's going to be feast or famine when they go against Central Crossing on Thursday. So
true that.
Hilliard Bradley takes the spot of Hilliard Darby. Hilliard Darby kind of had a rough little Medina there. I think they may be a little bit younger than I anticipated, and they still don't have Driscoll, the state qualifier in, who's a little banged up as well. I'm sorry, Donatelli. Sorry, got the Hilliards there all confused. Donatelli's not in yet. He probably won't be in until late January, if at all, maybe. So it's kind of a big loss. So Bradley will come in and take their spot, and that's where we're at this week.
Excellent. Thursday Night Thunder coming up.
Thursday Night Thunder.
Get all this figured out.
We'll be off next week because of the Penn State match and then the
Rudy show and Foxcatcher. Yeah.
Show. But then the following week we'll come back with a recap, and then we'll do our second installment of individual rankings.
Most certainly. So your statement is on the 11th we won't have an episode, but on the 18th we'll come back with our weekly recap and individual rankings.
That's correct.
And now you are inside the circle.